La 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 la. Ah, no. So, a disturbing trend in America is to celebrate or start putting out Christmas decor and ads right after Halloween and not giving Thanksgiving a glimmer of light. So, to kick off the new month of pastas, I'm starting a contest. Each month has a contest with a theme. You can write either a creepy or crappy pasta as long as it sticks to that theme. The winner or winners will be read at the end of the month. Once my channel gets bigger, you can look forward to better prizes, but alas, I am still small. This month's theme is Christmas versus Thanksgiving. Good luck to all of you, and please put a link to the story in the comments. Good places to upload are places like Wattpad, fanfiction.net, Creepypasta or Crappypasta, Reddit, or the Wiki. You may post, of course, to my proxy page's Reddit if you'd like. Thank you for your support so far, and now, back to the main show. Story number 1, The Rain That Hammered Like Bloody Bats, by Baragon29. David had always hated dark Elizabethtown morgue, with its decaying, dry, dead bodies. It was a place where he felt scared and afraid. He was a tall, lanky alcohol with a screwed neck. His friends saw him as a wooden and wiry with a strong bode. Once he had even rescued a demon from the burning building. That's sort of the man he was. Really, not joking. David walked over to the mirror and reflected on it. Then walked over to the window and looked all around to his creepy surroundings, two and two. The rain hammered outside and looked like running bats on the morgue's tin roof if it was bloody. And he saw something in the distance, or rather, it was someone. It was the figure of Mary in a Jeep. Mary was driving up to the morgue in the Jeep in bloody rain and was a stunning woman with gorgeous legs and a long, pale neck. David gulped. He was not prepared for Maria. As David stepped outside and runned and Maria came closer, he could see the running smile on her face. Shelley gazed with affection of intense. She said, in hushed tones, "I love you and I want you," she said to me. David looked back and with even more hatred because he was still fingering the enormous tire iron. "Maria, I have always wanted to kill Dracula with you," he replied. They looked at each other with sadistic feelings, like two repulsive rats stabbing at very egregious murder. Suddenly, Mary lunged forward and tried to kiss David on the neck. "Ah!" David yelled quickly. David grabbed the enormous spare tire and brought it down to Mary's skull. Mary's shaped legs trembled and her pale neck wobbled. She looked evil, her emotions raw like heavy, hungry armadillo. Then she let out an egregious groan that wasn't even Mary, but actually Dracula, and collapsed onto the ground. Moments later, Dracula was dead. David went back inside and made himself a nice grilled cheese sandwich. Story number 2, Jeff the Killer / Fic, by Captain Sparky 713. So my name's Jeanette the Killer. Totally new OC, please don't steal. I'm sweet 15 and half, and one night I was training to become the best female World of Warcraft player. I'm a silver 5 Teemo main. By reading my Tumblr poetry to the body pillow I bought of DeviantArt when I heard the sound of sweet, sweet guitar rhythm coming from outside, which was weird because it was like 13 p.m. I said aloud, "Who the fuck is playing Marilyn Manson in my neighborhood at this time?" I looked outside and there he was, my childhood hero, my fave creepypasta character, Jeff the Killer. He was playing a guitar as he strolled down the street like it ain't no thing. I said, "Oh no you don't, bitch," and leaped out my 3rd-story window, ran up to Jeff and beat him to death with the guitar. But I looked at it. It was a bass. No way he was playing a melody with that. But then I heard a voice say, "So you think my original story was bad?" I said, "Yes, you have respectable status as one of the cornerstones of the generic creepypastas, and are perhaps arguably the poster boy alongside Slenderman. However, as entertaining your spin-off can be, which can be truly scary when you entice properly the original story, it's quite lacking. In short, it reads like it reads several redrafts of some research as how flammable bleach actually is. Plus, as it lacks any supernatural element, it leaves you as underdeveloped adolescent boy who could not be stopped with a fistful of sand to the eyes." But that only made him more angry, and he speared me with his body, magically transporting us into the WWF ring. He used the most deadly finisher ever, the leg drop brother. The tape then stopped. Clicking the player, then it reached the end of its reel. Little Jimmy looked up at his mother and asked, "Where's the rest? I thought they were going to kiss." Jimmy's mother shrugged. Maybe the author planned to write it, but couldn't be arsed. At that moment, the doorbell rang. It was the mailman with a package for Jimmy's mother. He eyed the shipping label. It read, "To J.T. Killer from J.T. Killer. If found or incorrectly delivered, please return to J.T. Killer." Story number 3, Markiplier.exe by Pladinihan. Forgive me if I misread that. Once back in 2015, I was in YouTube when I saw Markiplier had uploaded a new video that was about a game he called The Vid. Mark, I figured, was a fan game, but when I clicked the video full screen and Mark started the vid like usual, but Mark had red eyes and dark black circles around them, and then the game was black screen with it was the game. When I tried to watch the other vid but could not click the X, and Mark turned and made an unsettling smile, and then the video went black, and then I heard the sound of paper and Mark screams, and I heard static and turned around, and I was not to see Mark and goodbye God, and then I heard Jack and Wade and Bob screams and heard them mutilated, and then I was murdered and killed! The end. Alright, so that concludes my Crappypasta reading for this week. Thank you so much for listening. And as I'm going to post in the description, I do owe you guys a huge apology. Last 2 weeks have been really crazy. Everybody in the house got sick. My kids got sick. I got sick again. Then my kid got pink eye. And it's just been an absolute freaking disaster. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you'll see that I was at the hospital for a while due to dehydration, but I am better now. I am ready to go. I'm doing this, and yeah, that's pretty much it. The fun thing about having kids is that they share they share nothing except their colds. And when they end up giving it to everybody else, including me, I am not immune. I am human, unfortunately. Anyway, so thank you so much for listening, and until next time, good night.